What's up, guys? A fan of the channel reached out, has a collection in need. It is unsorted, and it sounds like some things are in bags but not boards. These comics were stored in bins in the attic, which to me means we could be looking at some dirty comics. You know that probably means they're being stacked flat on top of each other. Brought some supplies with me today. We're going to give his collection a major facelift, see if anything is worth noting as the big boys. He did have some curiosity in maybe submitting some things out. Time I got there, a lot of the books have been dragged down from the attic, and sure enough, not really seeing any boards or anything like that. We were able to get everything into some loose piles, and I wanted to get started right away with getting these sorted. It doesn't take long in a collection like this, guys, to find some big boys right off the bat. For example, the Secret Wars full run here, and it even included duplicates. Now, I will show the keys we pulled out of here at the end of the video, but this is a little bit of a early tease to some of the goods we found. All the big ones, 1, 3, 6, and even including 8. Although watch out, that number 7's really heating up too. Nice, they were all newsstands. Not that that means too much, because it was the early 80s, but still very nice. Once we got everything into nice, neat piles, we then went through and all throughout all the kind of bigger keys, which could potentially pull some good money. I put those to the side here, like you'll see upcoming this first appearance of Psylocke here with this annual. I actually don't find that too often, so I think that's a definite contender for one that he might want to submit out. There's some of the boxes I brought with me, and guys, after only maybe 4 or 5 hours, we were able to get everything separated and isolated into each respective pile. The Spectacular Spider-Mans, the Amazing Spider-Mans, we even put everything in each mini-series together. We got Hawkeye, Jack of Hearts, Squadron Supreme, Vision and Scarlet Witch. Each one of them, if they contained a major key that I thought was good enough even in its condition, we put it in a pile to later be submitted. But at this point, I was pretty proud of all the sorting that we did. Scrolling through here, it was clear that he was a 99% Marvel collector. He had Daredevil, Marvel Age, pretty much everything you'd expect from an 80s Marvel collector. And he was very thorough. Looks like he was collecting a lot of the titles at the time, which, as we know, are riddled with keys, so it was a good era to be collecting, that's for sure. Some more X-Men's and things like that over here. Plenty of minor keys and fantastic reader copies within, including a nice looking X-Men run. So guys, we went from this, unsorted and in bins, scattered throughout without any order, to this. All new boxes, all sorted alphabetically with dividers. We even repurposed some of his really old 30-year boxes for the remainder. We were only able to spend time getting the actual keys and a few others in actual boards. But just to see it sorted this cleanly was just a massive improvement. I was able to get started by putting some of the boards in the keys, and I left him with the homework assignment of go ahead and try to get as many of the rest of the boards in the bags as you can over the next week or so. Well, first and foremost, we just wanted to make sure we at least got the biggest ones of the collection in with those nice boards. We didn't have to rebag. A lot of these did have a lot of bags, so that was one less thing we had to do. So guys, let's go ahead and show you the keys that we pulled out of here. We got that Peter Porker version of Dr. Doom there. That's the Wolverine vs. Sabretooth cover, and another first appearance. This one was, he wanted to do this one just for himself. It was one of his favorites from when he was a kid, so we did allow that to slide, basically. This pile is the maybe pile of the two piles. I'll show you the pile on the right in just a second, but we got a lot of X-Men keys, including that origin of Magneto. We got the Colossus versus Juggernaut fight here. Bunch of good stuff. Got that classic Cyclops holding Jean Grey cover there. I always pick that one up if I can. First appearance of Omega Red. Yes, I do see this a lot, but it's a good one to have. First, Psylocke. Very nice. Here we got that second appearance of Deadpool. I love when I run into this. A lot of times when I find X-Force, that one's missing. This is a good one. That's actually his childhood favorite, and actually it turns out to be a key. I did not know that it was, but cool. We threw that in the pile. He also had a lot of the Iron Man keys, but we ended up kind of trying just for the bigger ones, like Jim Rhodey becoming Iron Man. Here we got Cap wielding Mjolnir for the first time. I believe this is the cameo of the Time Variance Authority. He did have some Thing keys. His number 1 wasn't sharp enough, but we at least got that out there. Infinity Gauntlet, that's an always. Classic Stan Lee cover here. He didn't have too many Eternals, and Eternals frankly are getting a little cold, but that's still good. Follow up to Gwen Stacy's death and death of Green Goblin. It's very low grade, so that's a maybe pile for sure. Here we got the Avengers versus Doctor Doom. As you can imagine, that book we kind of foresee getting pretty hot. Some Alpha Flight keys. What's this? The next Bucky, I believe. This is the first U.S. Walker becomes Captain or something. I think this is the first John Walker becomes becomes U.S. Agent. Second Beta Ray Bill. First Flag Smasher. Very nice. First Madcap. First Mother Knight. I think this Marvel saga is kind of like a look back at the PD-MJ situation, for lack of a better term. We got some Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man keys here, including that classic cover. We have the second appearance of Spot, and the first appearance of Spot you'll find in the definite pile over there. The final classic cover from Kraven's Last Hunt, very nice. And we're going to end it here with that second sort of cameo of Eddie Brock, quote-unquote. And then here's our definite pile. Obviously, we have to do the Spider-Man versus Wolverine. His first appearance of Tombstone was pretty fresh looking. He also had that first alleged cameo of Eddie Brock. I don't totally buy it, but it is cool to have. Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man 90. That's that tie for black suit. Here's that first appearance of Spot here. Wolverine Limited Series number 1. I file that under books that you pretty much always submit. I don't even love this book very much. I've been vocal about it, but this was so nice, you kind of have to, and the value's just going up. His Transformers number 1 was in kind of almost mid-grade, but that's another one you do submit if you can. First Boba cover there. We also got the first Beta Ray Bill. That was pretty sharp. That's definitely high 9s, I think. The Nebula first appearance here, that was pretty good too. Oh, by the way, guys, a lot of these were in that like 7.5 all the way to like a 9.4 range, I would say. Wouldn't say he's going to experience any real 9.8s, except for a couple, basically. Death of Elektra, another tie for first black suit here. And then we got those Secret Wars that I showed earlier. There's that classic one right there. It is the new Stan version. Number 7, that's that first full appearance of that Spider-Woman. Number 6 here, and he had duplicates. He had a reader copy, and it looks like one that he kept a little bit nicer. This book's going to be pretty big when She-Hulk comes out. Secret Wars number 1, very nice. And we got that first Thor Frog, which he actually had a really cool poster of too, by the way. I think this is She-Hulk fights Hulk for the first time. That's a nice one, sure. We got the first Todd McFarlane on Hulk. It's funny, I've seen that a couple weekends back to back now. This is one you also always submit. Classic Todd McFarlane cover, very nice. First appearance of Ghost, very nice. I don't see that one too often. We got that classic Boba cover, beautiful. And his Punisher number 1 here, that actually could be a 9.8. I said he wasn't going to get many, but this could be one of them. I'm hoping and got fingers crossed for a 9.8 for him on that one. And then the other Punisher one. Here we got the first cameo of Apocalypse, and underneath we have the first Apocalypse. Both of these were very, very sharp. They were on the 9s range. Hopefully this one will get in the 9s. First Archangel, we got the first Mr. Sinister. And we got this Warlock number 9. Very nice. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, a little collection rehab that we did here. In addition, we did find some good keys. Sometimes it's just fun to help someone's collection get a lot cleaner and a lot nicer. Although it's always nice when you do find those good keys. I was talking with him. He is thinking of submitting some stuff to either CGC or CBCS. We will just have to see. And by the way, in my last video from last week, I showed a bunch of keys that I found over the weekend, including some Spider-Mans, but that part of the clip was unfortunately cut out. I had him from last week's video send me the footage of the Spider-Mans, so we're going to roll it now. I'm signing off though, guys. As always, keep on hunting.